breakfast, so today I'm going to be teaching you how to make tofu scramble. Look how delicious. It's vegan, of course. Let's go. So first up, I'm chopping up some garlic and mushing it to release all those flavors, putting it in a pan that's heated with some water in it instead of using oil. I didn't use any oil in this recipe. And then while the garlic's in there, chop up the onion and add the onion. Okay, now we're gonna chop up yams or sweet potatoes or whatever you want to call these into nice little squares, and then we're gonna add them to the pan with our water, our garlic, and our onions, and we're gonna continuously add water to make sure this doesn't burn. Next up, we are gonna drain and rinse our kidney beans and also take off that label and throw that can in the recycling, of course. Awesome, so now I have rinsed those beans and I'm setting them aside to dry off. Next up, mushrooms. These are my favorite mushrooms. I'm gonna chop them up nice and small. And then same thing, I'm gonna add them to another pan with some water in there. Later on, I will season these and I'll show you that in a bit. Next up, I have extra firm organic tofu. So you wanna cut open the package and drain all the liquid. Okay, so then you take out your tofu. I'm using 2 blocks here because I'm feeding 4 people. Of course, you can adjust this for however many people you are feeding. And then crumble it up. Make it that scrambled tofu the dish is named after. You could choose to add your spices and everything right now, but my little sister has yet to arrive with the nutritional yeast, so I'm gonna put this aside and add the seasoning in a bit. Okay, so I'm just checking on my yams here, checking on my mushrooms, make sure everything is good, adding a little bit more water to keep it from burning. Of course, you can use oil too if you like cooking with oil. And in this other pan, I'm gonna add some water and then I'm gonna add my beans to make my refried beans. Of course, normally I actually cook this all in one pot, but normally I'm feeding 1 summer and not 4 people. So you can add whatever seasonings you want. I am by no means a chef, so I just kind of make it up and learn from my mistakes. Today I decided to use paprika and cumin. Also added that to my mushrooms. Then I'm adding like general all seasoning, some sriracha, lime, and I usually like to cook my mushrooms in soy sauce, so here I am adding some soy sauce. I decided to be a little crazy today and try adding some Dijon mustard to these beans. It actually turned out really good and I will definitely be doing it again, but doesn't mean you have to do it if you don't like mustard. Change it up for your taste preference. Also added a little bit of salt. I definitely prefer pink salt, but this is all I had on hand today, and then I added some lime. Okay, and now I'm mushing it up. And if you're lazy, you don't have to do this. You could simply just add canned beans to your meal. I just decided to spice it up a little bit today. Now to prepare our greens for this meal. So I'm just gonna chop up some kale and then I'm gonna blanch it. So I'm gonna fry it in a pan with a bit of water. I wish, more people asked, did you get enough greens today? Did you get enough nutrients today? Instead of the focus always being on protein. So many people are overfed and undernourished, which is a quote I did not write, somebody else wrote that, but yeah, overfed, undernourished. Let's start asking, did you eat your veggies today? Did you eat your fruit? I think it's very important to get all these nutrients and minerals in throughout your day. Now to cook the tofu. So I'm just gonna add it to this pan with nutritional yeast. I'm gonna add some hot sauce, some turmeric, some salt, just like some general spices and some water, and then I'm gonna heat it all up. You can obviously spice this entire dish differently. You can do whatever you want. You don't like red beans, put black beans in. Like, I just made this up. It's fine, you can change it up. Do whatever your taste like for me, I like the taste of veggies, so like my yams don't really have anything on it. But if you like more salt, then add more salt. If you like more pepper, add more pepper. You do not have to be confined by how I chose to make this recipe. Now time to plate everything. Hopefully you got your cooking times down and everything's still nice and warm. Starting with our yams, onions, and garlic. Then our refried beans with our mustard on it, kale, and we added our mushrooms. And of course, our tofu. So let's be real, as soon as I go to eat this, I actually mush it all together. But my sister eats it all in sections. What do you normally do? Do you mush everything or do you keep it all beautiful? Also added some salsa and a bit more nutritional yeast, not shown here. Happy eating! Bye!